Like I said, I mentioned the mountainview.gov digital library. So all of the library online resources will be found within this. You'll find newspapers, you'll find consumer reports, you'll find kind of homework help for kids, databases, including our eBooks and our streaming movies. So let's take a look at that right now. So if anything that you learn from today is this link, mountainview.gov/digital library, because this is kind of your gateway to all the resources available to you at the library. So I'm going to click on that. And so you probably, if you're familiar with the library website, you probably have seen this before. But just want to kind of point out a couple of things. So we have our kids online learning. These are our databases for kids. We have our business and finance. These are, like it says, business and finance, information about the stock market, information about creating your new business. We have a new resource called Morningstar, which we could get in at another time. Just wanted to point that out, that it's a new resource for investments and your portfolio. We also have language learning, Mango languages, available through there. Testing and skill building, Knowledge City is one of our new resources that's free to use. That's under that. But I want to focus right now on our streaming media. And as I mentioned before, we recently acquired Canopy, which is a streaming movie site that focuses on kind of independent films, documentaries.
Court, excuse me. I think your slide is just on the beginning. Maybe you need to share the website so your participants could see like what you're talking about.
Do we not see it? Okay.
Yeah, it's not showing up.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Does that look better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Canopy, like it says, it has over 30,000 titles, independent films, documentaries, foreign language films, in addition to a lot of children's materials and great courses. So if there's a great course that we have in the library, it's probably available through Canopy. And so you can watch that. And the great courses are kind of like college level, in-depth lecture series on a variety of different topics. All right, since we missed out on the first time, so here's the digital library page. I mentioned the business and finance and Morningstar under there, the kids online learning, the testing and skill building in Knowledge City, and the language learning and travel with Mango languages. And so you can explore some of those and see what the library has to offer. And so streaming media is where we'll find Canopy. And so we have Canopy, we have Hoopla, which is offers movies as well. And the great courses, which I just mentioned, included in Canopy, and Canopy Kids as well, which has a lot of great material for kids that you'd be able to access through. So in getting to Canopy, there's a couple of different ways you can access it. One is by downloading the Canopy app, and we have the two links here for Apple and for Android. And we also have where you can watch it in a browser. So if I were to open this link, it'll get you started on accessing Canopy through a browser. I just want to point out a little little more information. So the Canopy instructions and FAQs, if you're having issues connecting with Canopy, or if you have questions about how to get set up, this will provide you with information. It's a PDF that we've created to give you kind of an insight and information on connecting with Canopy. And then Canopy Help is their help site through the Canopy website, which also provides assistance if you have any questions or need more assistance in getting connected. So I've already opened it up on the browser. And so let's go through the process of creating an account with Canopy. So I hit Add Library Card down there at the bottom. And since it already knows that we're at the Mountain View Public Library, we just need to put in our library card number. And it'll ask us to create an account. You can link it to a Google account, like a Gmail address or a Facebook. But right now, we're just going to do something simple. We're just going to go through the process of putting our name, our email, and the password. Okay, so it looks like we've been able to log in and create an account. So currently you're able to watch 10 films a month with Canopy. Every month the number resets. So if you watch all 10 films in July, you just have to wait until August before you're able to watch films again. And since we've made it this far, let's go to watch now because we want to go see a movie. So this is the home site for Canopy. And it looks like they want to verify your email address. And you can just go to your email and verify it to make sure. They just want to make sure that your email is correct so that their emails are going to the right place. So Canopy, it's fairly straightforward. If you're familiar with Netflix or Hulu or other kind of streaming services, it's laid out in a very similar way, where there's kind of topics, kind of new stuff is usually on the top, and you can kind of scroll through and find something that catches your eye or that you'd be interested in watching. So there's quite a selection, and it's kind of sometimes it's hard to navigate through all of that when you're overwhelmed with things to watch. But over here on the right, there's the browse. And so we can take a look to see the different categories, a lot of documentaries, and then a lot of just kind of feature films as well. And also over here, it's pretty easy to see, the Go to Canopy Kids. So the Canopy Kids is separate from the adult section. You can kind of set parental controls if you have kids who are interested in watching things through Canopy. And so they're only able to access the Canopy Kids section. With Canopy Kids, you have unlimited access to it. Unlike in the adult section where you're limited to 10, when the kids section, you can watch as much as you want for that month. So as you can see, they have quite a selection of kind of picture books that they've turned into kind of short movies, like TV shows and fairy tales. And so that's a lot of kind of interesting content for kids to take a look at. And so let's take a look at what happens when you want to watch a movie. So one of my favorite directors is Akira Kurosawa, the old Japanese director. So let's see if we have any Kurosawa. So we have Seven Samurai, we have Rashomon, we have Akiru. Let's see about Rashomon. So it gives you kind of information kind of at the bottom. It says that it's closed captions and also has subtitles. If there's a movie that you find that you don't want to watch right away, but you want to save it, the My List function is very, very helpful. I'll show you where you can access that, but if you hit My List, it'll be added to your watch list so you can come back to it and see what you have reserved for yourself. And so so let's say we want to watch this one. So once you start it, after 2 seconds, it'll count in your queue once you're with your 10 checkouts a month. But you have up to 3 days to watch it once you've started it. And so we have our movie starting, and you can adjust it over here, picture in picture, or put it full screen, and then you can set the captions on or off as well. And the speed playback is always nice if you want to slow it down or speed it up. And so when you watch it in a browser like this, you'd only be able to watch it at your computer. But if you had the app, the Canopy app, you'd be able to cast it to a smart television, or if you have a Fire Stick or a Chromecast, you'd be able to access Canopy through that, or even in the TV itself. If it has the Canopy app, you can put your information in there and access Canopy directly through your television. So there's a number of different avenues in which you can watch kind of movies.
Kurt, we have a question in the chat.
Okay.
Can you do it from your computer to cast it or make it appear on your smart TV? Is that possible?
It's not possible through your computer. You wouldn't be able to cast it unless it's connected. What I sometimes do is I just take an HDMI cord and hook it up from my computer to my television. And that's kind of like the easy way to do it. But unless you're able to cast your computer onto a bigger screen. So
would you say that to be able to cast Canopy to your smart TV, you would need either a smartphone or a tablet and the Canopy app, and then your TV should have like some functionality to be able to do casting like Roku or Chromecast or built into the TV?
That's correct. That's correct. You would need to have that functionality with your smartphone or your smart TV to send it and to receive it. Most of the TVs made today have kind of that app functionality. So if you just search through your apps on your smart TV and find Canopy, then you'd be able to log in to your Canopy account. So let's take a look at kind of the dashboard about what if we had another library card? What if I want to sign up for another library card? We can go down here to My Memberships. And we can see that I've signed up here at Mountain View Public Library. I don't have any other library cards linked to it, but I can add a new membership. So if I have a county card that's also part of Canopy, I could sign up there and get their play credits. So you can kind of build your own library out of all the different library cards that have Canopy. And how to navigate from one to the other, you just click on the link here. And then you can set your default. So if Mountain View is my default, when I log in, it will just go straight to my Mountain View library card version of Canopy. And as you can see, since I've already checked out Rashomon, I'm down to 9 play credits up here in the corner. And so I mentioned earlier that I set it to my watch list. And so this is where they would all show up. I can scroll through this really easily to find something to watch tonight and find what I've been saving up. It's always good just to be able to go back and check to see when you find something good when you're browsing through the collection. It is a pretty robust collection, and so it takes a little while to find the good stuff. But there's a lot of good stuff on it. And the viewing history, that's pretty self-explanatory. It'll just show you what you've been watching. So if you want to go back to something or watch something again, you can always just go back to your viewing history and check to see what you've been seeing. And then your dashboard, where you can kind of edit your profile or change your library card. And then this is where you can set the parental controls with the Canopy Kids collection to make sure that kids are watching what they're supposed to be watching. Okay, so any questions? Any questions you want to write in the chat? And we can always, when we go into our breakout rooms, if you have any more questions, we can always assist you with that as well. So that's pretty much what Canopy is. There's a lot of content on it, like I said, and it's fun just to find the interesting things that appeal to you. If I go back here and go to the great courses, I can kind of show you what's available through there as well. And you can see that they're and kind of organized by topic, history, hobbies. And the cool thing with great courses is that once you check out one, there are a number of series of lectures, episodes. And the cool thing about once you check out one, you get the entire thing and it doesn't count towards your play credit. So you can watch the entire series of The Skeptic's Guide to American History without worrying about using up all your play credits. And so that's a fun way to just kind of learn and kind of engage with the material. All right, so let's go back. I want to show you what's available under our eBooks and eAudiobooks. So our main two providers of eBooks and eAudiobooks are Libby and Hoopla. And I just want to kind of give you a little explanation of the difference between the two. With Libby, which is operated by Overdrive, these books are newer titles, they're popular titles, they're books that are the ones that usually have the most holds on them. They're the ones that people are looking for, the new releases, and kind of classic titles as well. With Libby, we actually order each book that's included in the collection. And so we only get access to the number of books that we order. So if we order two copies of a particular book, once those 2 copies are checked out, we start a hold list. And so it takes a little while to go through the hold list with especially popular titles. So those we kind of keep ordering as we go along depending on demand. With Hoopla, it's a little more broader. There's a large collection that we don't really have much access or control of what's available. But you're still able to search through the catalog and find materials. It's a little more kind of independent presses and a little different type of material, but there's still quite a large collection of of books that are worthwhile and interesting to discover. And with Hoopla, you don't have any holds. You are limited to how many checkouts you have a month. I believe it's 10 right now. We've bumped it up because of the current shelter in place to make more access to it. So you have 10 a month, kind of like Canopy. And with Hoopla, all the books and all the materials, the music, the audiobooks are immediately available. You don't need to wait in a hold line. You don't need to wait until it becomes available for you. It'll be automatically available to you if you have enough checkouts available for you. And so that's kind of the difference. But I just want to focus on Libby at the moment. And I just learned a new thing about Libby that I thought was really cool. So we have the Libby app and the Hoopla app where you can download it here and the instructions for Libby and for Hoopla, just like with Canopy as well. But one of the cool things is I have the Libby app, and one thing you can do is go to libbyapp.com. So I have a number of library cards, as a librarian should have. And so I have a number of library cards connected on my Libby account. And so one of the nice things is I can go to libbyapp.com. So I have the Libby app on my phone, but this gives you access to your app on your phone on your browser. And so I go to libbyapp.com, and I want to copy my books from my phone app. And so copy from app. I know this is getting a little complicated. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the Q&A. So it has me go to my app and then press and hold the button up in the top corner and input the number that's up there. And so once it synchronizes with my Libby app, I'm able to see all of the books I have checked out. I'm able to see the catalogs for each of the library cards I have. So I'm able to place holds and check out books through this and have them show up on my app. And so so Mountain View is part of the Northern California Digital Library. It's a consortium of libraries all throughout Northern California. And so this gets you access to Libby. So this essentially looks almost exactly like the Libby app that would be available on your tablet or on your phone. You have the search function. Up here is kind of the menu where you can jump from your different libraries. And then you have your preferences over here, where you can change the format. So if you only like listening to audiobooks, you can click on there and set it to audiobooks. So anytime that you would search or anytime that you would look through it, it would only display the audiobooks for you. It's also nice, we've recently been ordering more Spanish books. And so you can set that to Spanish and see all the Spanish books that are available. You can also set the audience if you're looking for kids books or young adult books. And you can also change the compatibility. So if there's books if you want to read on your Kindle, there's a kind of a special process of sending it to your Kindle by linking it through your Amazon account. And then if you're looking for things that are currently available, as opposed to having to wait in line, there's the Available Now function. And so this is kind of, let's go back. Once again, you kind of see the different topics, how everything's kind of organized to appeal to kind of a browser looking through it and checking to see what topics appeal to you. We have things for anti-racism and LGBTQ and things on parenting. And so these are kind of curated by librarians and by Overdrive to provide access and give value to kind of the organization of the books that we have available. So this is the library. Right over here, you can see how it's the library where you search for things and you look for things and you find what you're looking for. And over here is our shelf. And so these, I'll kind of show off what I have checked out or what I've been reading. So these are currently what I have checked out on my library card. Since I have various library cards, they're from various libraries. And so I could read right here in the browser, just like I can in the app, or I can, under Manage Loan, I can return my book under Manage Loan. So if I started a book and I finished it real quick, I can return it early to make it available to other people. If it's coming up towards the end, I can renew it if it's available to renew. And it also tells me when that book is coming due. And I mentioned a brief time earlier how to send books to Kindles. The read width in your shelf will kind of give you the option to read it in the app, in the Libby app, or to send it to Kindle, to send it to another Kindle e-reader. And this will take you to Amazon. You just log into your account that's linked to your e-reader, and you'd be able to send it on its way to your e-reader once it's connected to Wi-Fi.
Hey, Court, we have a question in the chat.
Okay.
How do I get the book from my computer to my smartphone?
So this way, if you already have the Libby app on your smartphone, you can do it this way on your computer. Libbyapp.com is the website. It essentially takes you to your app. Once you synchronize it, it takes you to your app on your phone. So if I check this book in, if I return this one early, it'll disappear off my phone. So it's synchronized with what's going on my phone. But if I want to read it, so let's read it in the app. So this is kind of, are you seeing this? So in the app, I can place a bookmark in here. And then once you have it bookmarked, you'd be able to go into your app and still read it. See, these books, they're currently on my phone as well. They're on this browser, and they're also on my phone. The nice thing with Libby, with Overdrive, is that once you have it checked out on one platform, be it on your smartphone, on your browser, on your tablet, once that's connected to the internet through Wi-Fi or whatever you use, it'll synchronize all of your books. And so if you're reading it in your browser, it'll sync with what's going on your tablet or on your smartphone or your e-reader as well. right. Did that answer your question? I kind of took a little circuitous route.
I think just to clarify, Court, what Court is showing is that he's searching on a browser on a computer, but you could also do, or you could also go straight to the app on your phone. You could do the searches, whether it's an ebook or an audiobook on the app, and then it would automatically just download on the app and use it on your phone.
Correct, correct. And if you're listening it to on your phone, you would want to have the app on there available. That would probably be your best way to kind of bypass this. I do it here in the browser just because it's easier to show. It gives you a little more visual. It's bigger to kind of to manipulate it and kind of show the pathway. But if the app, if you want it on your phone, the app is the best way to do it.
Yes. We typically recommend that you use it on your, because ebooks and e-audiobooks, it's meant to be mobile. So if you have a smartphone or your tablet, you could, when you have the app, whether it's Canopy, whether it's Libby, you could actually do everything on the app itself. What Court is showing is the browser because we're doing a presentation, but you could actually do everything that Court is doing on the browser on the app itself.
All right, thank you for coming. And it's always good to remember that mountainview.gov/digital library is what gives you access to all the digital library content on our website. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the library or contact me. And hopefully we'll have some fun exploring all our digital library content available to you. Thanks.